one day, you wake up and realize half your life is already gone, and no one warned you how fast that moment would arrive. Not loudly, not dramatically, just silently. If you're over 45, listen carefully, because this video isn't motivation, it's not comfort, it's a mirror. Stoics believe that the most dangerous moment in life is when you think you still have time, and after 50, that illusion begins to collapse. At some point after midlife, time stops feeling endless. Years no longer stretch forward. They stack behind you. You start counting how many summers are left, not how many plans you still have. Stoics called this memento mori. Remember, you will die, not to scare you, but to wake you up, because most people don't fear death. They fear wasting what remains. Here's the unsettling truth most people realize too late. You spent decades preparing for a future that no longer feels guaranteed. Working, sacrificing, enduring, and then one day you ask yourself, quietly, almost afraid, was this really what I was building toward? Stoicism doesn't soften that question. It forces you to sit with it. After 50, your body changes. Your energy changes. Your relevance feels questioned. And that loss of control creates anxiety most people never talk about. Stoics warned us. You suffer not because things change, but because you resist change. The panic doesn't come from aging. It comes from fighting reality. Here's the fear that keeps people awake at night. What if I live another 20 years and nothing meaningful changes? Not failure, not poverty, but repetition, routine, a quiet, unnoticed ending. Stoics believe this fear is a signal, not of weakness, but of misalignment. After midlife, something subtle happens. People interrupt you less, but also listen less. You feel replaced, outpaced, overlooked, and if your identity was built on productivity or status, this feels like psychological free fall. Stoicism teaches a brutal truth here. If you need the crowd to confirm your worth, you've already surrendered your peace. This is where Stoicism becomes uncomfortable. It says, you don't need more time. You need clarity. You don't need to be remembered. You need to be aligned, and you don't need to escape aging. You need to stop wasting today pretending you're young. That realization hits hard because it removes excuses. Stoics believed peace doesn't come from adding more to life. It comes from removing meaningless obligations, unnecessary guilt, borrowed expectations. After 50, the cost of carrying the wrong priorities becomes unbearable. That discomfort you feel, that quiet panic, it's not a crisis, it's an invitation. Here is the truth that frightens most people and frees the few who accept it. Life doesn't become short after 50, it becomes honest. And once you see that, you can no longer live unconsciously. Stoics didn't fear aging. They feared sleepwalking through the time that remained. So ask yourself, without distraction, without denial, if nothing changed, would the next decade feel meaningful? Because once you understand this truth, you can't unsee it. And that moment is when life finally begins to demand courage, not to run, but to live deliberately.